Hey everybody. So, 4 poems for you, as per usual. They're not about MCY this time, because now I'm in the step 1, black hole vortex, and the fact that I can speak at all after not speaking to anyone for 5 weeks is pretty amazing, so I'm feeling very grateful, and I hope you're joining me in that. So this first poem is called Fermentation. Sappho was the one to coin bittersweet, except they translated it wrong. In her voice, it's sweet bitter. Just like the crumbling relationship it described, something got lost along the way, and we learn a winner's history. 4 months from both when we began to break up and when we finished, we split open a cacao fruit in the Belizean jungle. The soft pulp cradling each seed was saccharine yet tangy, forgettable but for an acidic tingle, whispering of catalytic possibility. The guide instructed us to spit our seeds sucked clean, but I've never been great with following commands, and bit instead, releasing a taste reminiscent of that which is being preemptively mourned. The journey to a chocolate bar begins with being left to rot. When the shroud of sweet erodes away the bitter beneath, polishing to unearth, create, an unexpectedly full flavor, rounded out by resolution. The last gift she gave me was a bag of unprocessed cacao beans, proof that stagnancy can stave off deterioration at confectionery cost. Their aftertaste hung heavy on my tongue, echoes begging for the balance needed to become. This next one is called Anacrylaxis. Sometimes I cut onions just to cry. A summer fire hydrant, my skin can release pressure by painting red, but I prefer waterworks to wheels. I don't tell you I'm no longer allergic to penicillin. After all, it does not matter. I have it in writing who will make medical decisions in my stead, and it will not be you. I didn't tell you that either. I don't tell you that I'm no longer allergic to dogs. After all, it does not matter. I have not stepped inside your house for 4 years, but I know it would still be toxic. This reaction mediated by IG emotion. Sometimes I cut onions just to cry. In my kitchen, I relish the power to choose my tears. So this next one is called Dickinson, and if you haven't seen the TV show that's on Apple TV, you can get a free trial if you don't want to pay for it. It's really good, very weird, and awesome. But this in written form models the structure of Emily Dickinson's poem. I have never seen volcanoes, but you can't see that when I'm reading it to you, so I'm telling you that now. If you haven't read it, read Emily Dickinson. She's great. So, Dickinson. I have never seen volcanoes, but I imagine they sympathize when I mistakenly enter my travel dates a week too soon, in such a hurry to see you. Pompeii plaster casts coated the inside of my 8-year-old lids, repelling ash curtains of slumber. No historian needs horror. After all, what could be more petrifying than phlegmatic mountains, indifferent as they bring instantaneous end? I wish I had never seen volcanoes. A tip for Hades: mythology cannot compete with unquenchable flames down under. My nightmares yearn to return to archival inspiration. Yet I know how volcanoes feel. An igneous paradox steeled to a world on fire, molten core exultantly seeping to meet your smile. How can this carbonic frame contain? And this last one is called For Hollis, Reprise. The Hudson River, dark but for dancing lights from the great for the first time this week that the blur is brought from pedaled motion, not my pounding head. This is my place of worship, a salty pre-dawn caress, an ephemeral reminder that my body is not just a temple. Her spirit, ill, insomniac, and intentional, joins my journey when I pass a garden picture that print, watching the sprinklers nourish plants she'd never meet, with gratitude for the opportunity to be. Her caption overlays my softly wheezing gears. Every chance she gets, she takes it. Every chance she gets, she takes it. Thanks.